When I went to Paris to shoot a wedding for a mystery client, I found out that the man was my boyfriend of 8 years. He was wearing a tailored suit and kissing another woman under the Eiffel Tower. He told the woman, "I will be your husband for the rest of my life." Later, I didn't go on the day he and I got married. I just released the set of wedding photos at the wedding. Because he loved that woman so much, I gave them that wedding. Emmy, I'm your husband in life and death. Oliver Anderson wore a straight suit and had his arms around Emily Carter's waist with tenderness in his eyes. After 8 years with him, this is the first time I've seen him look so tender. "Oliver, I'm your wife for life, we'll be together for life and never part." After saying that, they hugged and kissed. There were many foreigners cheering for them, and behind them was the tall Eiffel Tower to witness their love. It looked like my 8 years with Oliver Anderson were a joke. "Cameraman, did you get a shot of us kissing earlier?" Oliver Anderson asked me as he let go of Emily Carter. He and Emily Carter had hired me 2 months ago to shoot this trip. On weekdays my main job isn't photography, my side job is photographer. I'm well known in my circle, but every time I take a picture I wear a mask and sunglasses because I don't want people to know what I look like, so no one knows my real identity. When I took this job, my boss told me that the other party didn't want to reveal their name and came to me anonymously, so I didn't know who they were either. It wasn't until I came to Paris today that I finally found out who they really were. Oliver Anderson, my boyfriend of 8 years. Emily Carter, his white moon, the one he usually hates in his mouth. But now they're here to take wedding pictures, still in Paris. I also wanted to come here with Oliver Anderson. He also promised me, "Grace, I will come to shoot with you, only you." Vows are only as good and true as the moment they're spoken. After that, it's a ball of foam that blows away. My chest shook violently and it hurt too much to breathe. I forgot, here's the recording. I forced my voice out deliberately. Oliver Anderson was a little offended. "Don't go off on a tangent. I thought you were the best photographer in the business and it doesn't look like you're any good." Emily Carter looks up and kisses him on the cheek. "Well, don't be hard on the photographer. Maybe he's just out of love and in a bad mood. I'm in 100 times more pain than a broken heart. I experienced betrayal. My boyfriend of 8 years had betrayed me. I wanted to go up and expose them, but there are too many people now and I didn't want to make a big deal out of it. All I can do is keep photographing her. If I hadn't been working as a photographer on the side, I probably never would have known that Oliver Anderson was cheating on me." I held back my sadness and kept taking pictures of them. Oliver Anderson came over to look at them with light in his eyes. "It's beautiful, Emmy, I still look good with you. Unlike Grace Brown, I don't look good at all standing next to her. She's so tall I feel smothered walking with her." I was indeed tall, about his height, and usually when I went out people thought I was taking my brother out. He was always disgusted with me. "I don't even want to go shopping with you, every time people can't tell we're a couple." And Emily Carter was a head shorter than him, so they seemed to be about the same height, if that was the case. I forced myself to hold back the emotions rolling around inside of me and didn't say a word. Emily Carter gave me a smug look and put an arm around Oliver Anderson. "Oliver, do you like me or Grace Brown?" Oliver Anderson stood on his tiptoes and gave her a quick kiss on the lips and said with tender eyes, "I'm here to take wedding pictures with you, so who do you think I like? Or did I not show it in bed?" Boom, as if a bomb had exploded in my head. That kind of thing. Oliver Anderson had actually slept with her. Anger and sadness erupted together in my heart and I could barely control myself. Emily Carter pinched his cheek and smiled playfully. "So you're still going to marry her?" "After all, I've been with her for so many years now and my parents have been pushing for marriage for so long that I had to say yes. I'll leave this town completely after a while so that no one can find me, and I won't go to the wedding either." Ugh, I shouldn't have agreed to a blind date with my parents in the first place, otherwise I wouldn't have settled for someone like her. Oliver Anderson's eyes showed disgust as he said the last sentence. The look pierced my heart. 8 years, 8 whole years, and that's what he calls settling. Emily Carter burst out laughing. "I don't see the point in you just walking away. Why don't you just pretend to stay with her, marry her, and when the wedding day comes, just don't go and get some serious revenge on her for torturing you for so many years." I stared at Oliver Anderson intently, trying to see if he would actually agree to this. I've been with him for 8 years now, and I thought he'd still be thinking about a little old love, but I didn't expect him to say yes right away. "Great, Emmy, you're still the one with all the scheming. You're sure to drive Grace Brown crazy when the time comes." "Don't look at me, I was known as an expert at scheming in high school." Saying that, Emily Carter hugged him and stood on her tiptoes to whisper in his ear, "Oliver, I think it's going to be okay, let's go back to the hotel." Oliver Anderson's ears rubbed red. "But the wedding photos aren't done yet." "Oops, anyway, gave so much money, tomorrow then shoot it, we first go to cool down before." "Really capricious." Oliver Anderson's eyes were full of favor as he said this. Splat, my camera fell to the ground. Tears streamed from under my mask and poured down my neck. What's wrong with you?" Oliver Anderson looked at me. "You dropped the camera yourself, don't come after us." Emily Carter looked at me and sulked, "Leave her alone, let's go back." After they left, I was left alone in a daze for a long, long time. In 8 years, Oliver Anderson and I had gone from poverty to riches. We ate street food together and slept in hotels together for $50 a night. It was then that he said to me, "Grace, in the future we are going to have our own little family. We'll have a cute baby, and you'll be at home every day cooking meals and waiting for me to come home. How happy that would be." At that time I really thought we had a future. When I was successful in my business and started making money, I bought him a $300,000 car. He was so touched that he said he would never marry me in this life. Later, my company happened to have a windfall and made a huge amount of money. He said he wanted to go to Jiangxing to settle down, and I went with him. He said he wanted to be his own boss, so I did not hesitate to give him all the shares in the company. My friends said to me, "You are really stupid, you are not even married, how can you give him all the shares of the company? Are you not afraid that he will run away?" At that time I believed in him and said, "No, he loves me so much that he couldn't possibly leave me." But now I've been slapped in the face. In the evening, Oliver Anderson called me. "Grace, I'm still traveling, I'll be back the day after tomorrow." His voice was the same as usual, I didn't hear anything unusual. When I was in the country, he told me he was traveling for a few days. I didn't think much of it and told him to be careful on the road. I never thought he was taking wedding pictures with someone else behind my back. "So what are our 8 years? We're getting married next month. Why don't you say something?" He continued to make noises, and a little music could be heard faintly. I squeeze my phone tighter and stand in the corner of the hotel restaurant. Not far in front of me, Oliver Anderson has his arm around Emily Carter's waist and is feeding her fruit. Ridiculous, simply ridiculous. "Nothing, I was just thinking. Be careful on your way back." I forced the 2 words out. "What were you thinking about? Did you have a problem at work?" He finished the sentence and I saw him cover his phone and kiss Emily Carter. My stomach churned and I felt so disgusted I almost threw up. I snapped the picture and told him, it was a problem. I met a couple and thought they were married, but I didn't realize the woman was a mistress. That's disgusting too. I hate mistresses in my life. Is that so? How I wanted to rip his heart out and see what color it really was. "Don't worry, Grace, I'll never cheat on you in my life. I'm still busy, so I'm going to hang up now." The phone was hung up and not far away the 2 men were leaning together, Oliver Anderson's hands moving shamelessly over Emily Carter's body. I took pictures of it all. "Oliver Anderson, I can't believe you love Emily Carter so much. I'm going to show everyone how much you love her on our wedding day." The next day, the wedding photos for Oliver Anderson and her were quickly finished. They were both satisfied. Oliver Anderson smiled and put his arm around Emily Carter. "Emmy, I look forward to marrying you." Emily Carter kissed his cheek. "When you kick that woman's ass, we'll get married, okay?" "Okay." And I stand next to them, my hands clenched tightly, my body shaking uncontrollably. I don't understand why Oliver Anderson didn't break up with me before, if he didn't love me anymore. How much I loved him before, how disgusted I was with him now. I didn't say a word and went straight back to the hotel. Since the entire cost of this travel photography is contracted by the client, I can only go back with them. As they boarded the plane, the 2 of them were upgraded to business class. Emily Carter looked up at Oliver Anderson and whispered, "Do you want to experience it on the plane?" Oliver Anderson squeezed her hand. "Are you ashamed, so many people?" My teeth chattered. Oliver Anderson was supposed to be the man of my heart, but now he's a puddle of stink. If I hadn't wanted to wait until the wedding day to get even with him, I would have rushed out to question him. "It's okay, let the photographer cover us." Emily Carter suddenly looked at me. "Sister, do me a favor." Emily Carter's so-called favor was to let me sit next to her and help her watch out for peeping eyes. Oliver Anderson was surprisingly in favor of this approach, covered his mouth and giggled, "Emmy, you're still smart. This is also quite exciting, I want to try it." The oath that Oliver Anderson once made to me collapsed like a huge tree at that moment. My heart cooled down completely. Oliver Anderson, don't blame me for being cruel when the time comes. I'd also like to see how people react when they find out you cheated. You cover the blanket and start. Emily Carter gets flushed and says, Oliver, you're so good. Grace Brown doesn't get to experience this, does she? I had a mouthful of teeth on the verge of being crushed, and I was a little unsteady with the cell phone I'd been secretly filming them with. In 8 years, he's had sex with me a handful of times, and each time he's been less than forthcoming. I used to think he was just cold to the whole thing, but now I realize he's just fed up. The first thing I did when I got off the plane was go to the bathroom and throw up furiously. The scene and sound of what I had just seen was playing on a loop in my head. When Oliver Anderson proposed to me, he said, Grace Brown, for the first time in my life, I'm proposing to a woman. So will you marry me and I will love you for the rest of my life? I don't understand. I don't understand. Why is it that someone who was once so close to me is now such a stranger? Strange as if he never loved me. Strange as if my 8 years with him were just a dream. Oliver Anderson's phone call came out of nowhere. I washed my face in cold water and answered it. Grace, I'm back. Are you at work? There's a dinner party. Let's go together. I wanted to say no, but he and I couldn't break up just yet. I have to be patient. When the time comes, I can give him a great gift. Okay. Oliver Anderson sent me the address of an unusual Western restaurant in the center of town. It wasn't long before I was scrolling through Emily Carter's Twitter feed. The photo was taken at that very restaurant. My best friend had taken me there for my 28th birthday. My whole body froze. So that's what it was. Turns out he was celebrating Emily Carter's birthday. He usually cooks at home on my birthday and never takes me to such an expensive restaurant. Every time he said, oh, don't bother, it's just as good to eat at home. It's true that there is a clear difference between love and no love. When I arrived at the restaurant, Emily Carter was making out with Oliver Anderson. He was pinching her waist and groping her. Everyone around her was laughing. Ouch, Emily Carter, why are you so mushy? You're almost married and still so close. I envy you. It turned out that everyone knew that Oliver Anderson and Emily Carter were having an affair, but I, the rightful owner, was kept in the dark. Grace. Emily Carter suddenly saw me and hastily pulled her hand away from Oliver Anderson. Oliver Anderson looked stiff and smiled hastily. Grace, you're here. We were just fooling around earlier. His friend also helped him. Yes, Grace, don't misunderstand. Oliver loves you very much. Everyone thought I was a fool. Even when I saw it with my own eyes, they still tried to fool me. It was disgusting, disgusting to the core. At that moment, I suddenly didn't want to hold back anymore. I kicked the chair away with a thud. Not enough. I kicked and destroyed the flowers next to it. The beautiful food on the table, the cake, I knocked over onto the floor. The sound of crackling echoed through the box. All the emotions of the last few days were released by me. Everyone froze. For what reason? I looked around at the people, my eyes finally settling on Emily Carter. Oliver Anderson is my fiancé and we're getting married soon, so who are you to move in with him? I just wanted her to be embarrassed in front of everyone. She blushed hard. Grace, I was just joking with Oliver, you don't have to get so mad. Oliver Anderson rushed over and slapped me. Grace Brown, why are you making a scene? Emily Carter explained it was just a joke and you're being so careful. I was hit on the side of the head and the fiery pain spread to my ears. It was hard to imagine that he had the nerve to hit me after all the things he had done to me. I sneered, consider me cautious. There's me today without Emily Carter. There's Emily Carter without me. It's really about trying to find out if Oliver Anderson still has the last of his feelings for me. As long as he lets Emily Carter go today, I'll part with him in a dignified manner. But reality is cruel. Oliver Anderson glared at me hard and said, I think you did it on purpose, knowing that it's Emily Carter's birthday today, and you deliberately screwed it up. I'll spell it out for you. I saved this meal today and I have the right to keep you out of it. The cold words were like long swords plunging into my heart. So you're asking me to leave? He was silent for 2 seconds and said through clenched teeth, yes, you're not welcome here. Good. I nodded desperately. Good enough. Oliver Anderson, you really let me down. I really regret that I just got soft and thought about taking back the idea of trying to get back at him. I should have known better. Dead trees don't spring. Iron trees don't blossom. A heart that's changed can't go back to the way it was. Oliver Anderson and I fell into a cold war. He didn't come home and he didn't contact me. On Twitter, I see Emily Carter updating her photos with him from time to time. They went to pick out rings, have their wedding dresses made, and so on. Until Oliver Anderson's parents told me that they were coming to Jiangxing to arrange for Oliver Anderson and me to get married. That's when Oliver Anderson rushed back to me. He bought a lot of good food and a bag of clothes. When he saw me working, he even deliberately lightened his steps. He came over and hugged me. Are you still angry? Okay, don't be angry, I was just talking in anger that day. Especially that day when you broke so many things and made me lose face in front of outsiders. I bought you some clothes, take a look. He handed me the clothes, a white dress. I wondered if I had ever done anything wrong to Oliver Anderson in those 8 years. I ran around growing the company to have a good life with him. He loved steak, there was no money then, I went everywhere to borrow money, even to take him out to dinner. To buy a house and a car, I never bought them directly without putting any pressure on him. So I didn't know that he was going to give me the dress that our company gave to Emily Carter for our wedding pictures. Ridiculous. I didn't take the shirt, I just said lightly, it's okay, I was just being impulsive that day. He was a little surprised by my reaction. After all, if it is the former me, it will not be so easy to forgive him. Are you really not angry anymore? Don't lie to me, haha, whatever you have to say to me, you don't want to involve others in our affairs, Emily Carter is innocent. I kind of heard him. Turns out he's afraid I'm going to take it out on Emily Carter. Don't worry, it won't happen, I'm not angry anymore. I closed the computer. By the way, your parents are coming tonight, let's have dinner together. And talk about getting married. He burst out laughing, great, I'm so happy, our 8 years are finally coming to fruition. The old me was happy too. I was thinking about finally being with him, finally having a little family. But now I was disillusioned with him. I look forward to the day I marry you. I'm looking forward to that too. I just don't look forward to marrying you. I booked a hotel for the evening and drove Oliver Anderson to the airport to pick up his parents. As soon as we got in the car, I saw a woman's jacket thrown on the passenger side. He hastily picked it up and stuffed it into the car's locker. Emily Carter forgot her clothes the last time she rode in our car. I didn't ask any more questions, just started the car and got ready to go. I just didn't expect to feel a sticky liquid on the steering wheel. As an adult, I knew exactly what it was. Anger was building in my heart. Not only did he and Emily Carter have to fuck on the plane, they even came in the car. Oliver Anderson, what you do really refreshes my perception. This is me accidentally spilling lotion on it yesterday while driving and rubbing it on my skin care. Men need to take care of their skin, too. He hurriedly wiped it up with a tissue, panic in his eyes. I didn't say anything, just started the car and drove away. He kept looking at me in the middle of the drive. Grace, you really didn't think much of this, did you? Don't worry, there's no way I would cheat on you, we've been together for 8 years, As soon as I heard him mention 8 years, I felt the irony. No. The words had barely left his mouth when his cell phone suddenly rang. I heard it was Emily Carter singing. Emily Carter sang it so well, it was hired. He explained, picking up the phone. Oliver, I'm in a bad mood, can you come keep me company? Sure, I'll be right over. Oliver Anderson promised without hesitation. Even though I already knew his answer, I still felt a little hard. I was never important to him. Sorry Grace, I have to go, Emily Carter is depressed, if something goes wrong. Okay, you go. I cut him off before he could finish his sentence. His pupils narrowed for a moment, glowing with surprise. You. Okay then, I'll go, and on my parents' side, you can just tell them I'm at work and really can't get away. After he left, I rushed out of the car and frantically rinsed my hands with mineral water. It was so dirty and disgusting. I went to the wedding company first. I took screenshots of all the cheating photos and videos taken in the past few days, as well as Emily Carter's posts on Weibo, and sent them all to the wedding company. Then I gave them a pile of money. Put these on the big screen when the time comes. After that, I went to pick up Oliver Anderson's parents. When Chi's mother saw me, she was disgusted and said, "Why didn't you come earlier, you're exhausted." Father Chi didn't look at me well either. It's still Emily Carter, that little girl who is reliable and usually gives us presents and comes early to pick us up. Before the words were finished, Chi's mother glared at him. Realizing that he had said the wrong thing, he changed the subject again. Where is Oliver? With Emily Carter in a play. Even though their old couple hated me, they felt that this matter was out of order. Chi's mother called Oliver Anderson. We need to discuss the wedding today, won't you come back? Mom, Emily Carter is not happy, I still have to accompany her, you can just discuss it yourselves, let me know when it's time. After hanging up the phone, Chi mother and Chi father looked at each other, then said to me, it's normal. Who doesn't have a friend of the opposite sex in this day and age? Grace, you have to understand Oliver. Okay, I understand. After arranging a place for Chi's father and mother to stay, Oliver Anderson rushed back. He had some guilt on his face. Grace, there really was an emergency today, don't be angry. I won't be angry, you should take care of Emily Carter more in the future. She is quite lonely for a woman. I answered him with a blank face. Why do I get the feeling that you're shadowing me? No, really, I think it would be nice if you spent more time together. The guilt in his eyes deepened when he heard that. Grace, you're my fiancée, I definitely need to spend more time with you. I know it's my fault that I didn't get to spend time with you during this time. How about this? We'll go on a trip tomorrow to make it up to you. At that moment, I was a little confused as to what was going on in his mind. Does he love Emily Carter or me? Okay. I promised him that I wanted to see if he really wanted to go on a trip with me. The next day I looked at the clock. It was 10 days until Oliver Anderson and I were to be married. I got back from the trip just in time for the wedding, and I had all the presents for him. As I went downstairs to get ready to leave, I noticed Emily Carter sitting in the passenger seat. She saw me and hurriedly said, Grace, I've been in a bad mood lately, so Oliver said he'd take me on a trip to relax. And I get carsick, so I had to sit up front. Oliver Anderson sat in the front seat and didn't find Emily Carter's words inappropriate. Get in the car, we'll be stuck in traffic later if we're late. It turned out that he wasn't taking me on the trip specifically. Rather, it was for Emily Carter, and I was just along for the ride. Not bad. Another disappointment. The whole time Oliver Anderson was talking and laughing with Emily Carter, as if he'd forgotten that there was a me in the back. Suddenly I wanted to see the look on his face when his reputation was ruined. I would let everyone know that he'd betrayed me. Soon we reached the place, a snowy mountain. Before he even got out of the car, Oliver Anderson hastily shoved his prepared gloves and scarf at Emily Carter. Put them on, it's cold outside, he said as he pulled out the exceptional pair of gloves and scarf. Then he seemed to remember me and awkwardly turned back to me. Grace, I forgot to prepare yours, mostly because I've been too busy. Emmy's not feeling well. If you don't wear gloves and a scarf you'll catch cold easily. Why don't I give you mine? He expected that I wouldn't want his. After all, the previous me loved him so much and was so heartbroken. But this time I didn't refuse. I said, fine, then give it to me. His pupils went down. You really want it? Yeah, don't you want to give it to me? I'm your friend. Do you want to see me freeze? Grace, you're going too far. Oliver's your friend too. Aren't you afraid he'll freeze? Emily Carter also looked at me. I burst out laughing. I can't believe you're so heartbroken about him. Why don't you give him yours? They're couple's gloves anyway, and it's not appropriate for you to wear them. The two people, perhaps not expecting me to be so blunt, blushed a little. In the end, Emily Carter gave Oliver Anderson his gloves and scarf anyway. Oliver Anderson was moved to tears. Emmy, you're so kind. The way he looked at me reminded me of him in Paris. He truly loves Emily Carter. As they climbed the mountain, Oliver Anderson kept pulling Emily Carter along with him. If you didn't know, you'd think they were a couple. Oliver Anderson explained to me, Emily Carter is not well. We are good friends. I have to take care of her. Good. I replied quietly. As if he knows he's gone too far, he bites his lip and smiles. Grace, we'll take some pictures in a few minutes and use them for the wedding afterwards. Emily Carter's eyes immediately darkened and she glared at me. I ignored it and just said yes. Halfway there, Emily Carter suddenly said, I'm too cold. Oliver, can you come with me to get a hot drink? Sure, I'll take you. Then he took her straight there, forgetting about me. I laughed to myself. I feel like I'm just asking for trouble if I follow. When I get back, I can tell everyone about their scandalous behavior. I secretly followed them. When I noticed that the two of them didn't even go to buy a hot drink, but were standing by the snowy landscape taking pictures while kissing, I suddenly remembered a saying. Those who betray their true hearts will be punished. Will Oliver Anderson get his comeuppance? Upon her return, Emily Carter posted a photo with Oliver Anderson on Twitter. The two were intimate and took a photo face to face. With the caption, went to see the snow with my favorite person. I'm actually suddenly relieved. Not to hate Emily Carter so much anymore. After all, if it weren't for her, I never would have believed that Oliver Anderson would betray me. She was the one who made me see the man for what he was. The day before I was to marry Oliver Anderson, Emily Carter suddenly came to my office. Do you have time for a cup of coffee? She was wearing a white shirt dress with the top two buttons unbuttoned, revealing the hickey on her neck. Arrogant in the extreme. I walked into the cafe with her and she sat across from me, smug. I thought you couldn't take it. Seeing me and Oliver Anderson in person, taking wedding pictures, being intimate, and you didn't even react, and this time coming back to take a trip with us. Grace Brown, I really can't see through you anymore. Don't you love Oliver Anderson very much? I had guessed that she had asked me to go to Paris on purpose to take wedding pictures. She was asserting her sovereignty and showing off. I smiled. As long as he hasn't broken up with me, I can tolerate anything about him. You learn to turn a blind eye, don't you? Besides, you're a mistress and I'm the main man. What am I afraid of? If this gets out, people will only scold you. She didn't expect me to answer like that. There was some shame and anger on her face. Just wait, soon you won't even be the rightful owner. Really, I'll wait. In the evening, Oliver Anderson hugged me as soon as he came back, as if he had been drinking and was a little tipsy. He held my face. So you gave me all the shares? I had hidden the shares from him when I gave them to him, just in case he didn't want them. Yeah, don't you like it? I don't regret giving it to him. Think of it as paying him back for being with me for so many years. His eyes turned red. Silly, why didn't you tell me earlier? If your assistant hadn't mentioned it, I never would have known. It's okay, what I did for you is enough for me to know. Since he's so touched, I'll make it a trick so he'll always remember having such a good ex. He hugged me tightly. Grace, we're getting married tomorrow, and I'm going to be good to you from now on. The next morning I packed my bags and went to the airport. I boarded the earliest flight and switched to a new cell phone card. Goodbye, River City. Goodbye, Oliver Anderson. After I got off the plane, I received a video from the wedding company. When I went to them earlier to help me, I reminded them to make a video for me. The video was of my wedding to Oliver Anderson. A lot of people came to show everyone the scandalous story of Oliver Anderson, his former teachers, classmates, colleagues, neighbors. I invited them all. I didn't think he would come, but I never thought I would see him in the video, standing on the stage in a suit, with joy on his face. Soon the big screen behind him showed pictures of him and Emily Carter. The kissing ones, the ones of him hanging out on the plane, and so on. They were all released in front of the crowd. The whole room was in an uproar, and so many people stood up to take pictures with their cell phones. Oliver Anderson then realized that something was wrong and hurriedly turned back, and the moment he saw the big screen, the blood color on his face disappeared. No. Are not allowed to look. You are not allowed to watch. At that moment, several people brought in several screens and placed them next to the crowd. On them were wedding photos of Oliver Anderson and Emily Carter. Someone shouted, "What's going on? Isn't today Oliver Anderson and Grace Brown's wedding? Don't you see, Oliver Anderson cheated on his wife. It's really unbelievable, he's been with Grace Brown for 8 years, but he's still cheating on her. It's really too disgusting." The video played on the big screen, ambiguous sounds, fragrant images. Oliver Anderson's whole body collapsed, turned and ran. The video came to a screeching halt. It worked better than I had expected. After all, I hadn't expected Oliver Anderson to be there. I turned off the phone and sighed. It was finally over. I've put up with this for so long, and on this day it's finally over. The place I came from was England, where I had turned my side business into my main business. After all, I gave Oliver Anderson all the shares in the domestic company. But it's not a big problem. I can support myself with photography. Every day I go to different places in the UK to take pictures of people in need, capturing their beauty with photos. It's funny, Oliver Anderson and I didn't do any wedding photos because he said he wasn't available. The wedding photos in this wedding are all mine. It's kind of my bad luck to have met him in this life. During that time I heard about what happened in the country. After the wedding, the reputation of this Oliver Anderson person on the internet stinks. Netizens cursed him and posted pictures of him with Emily Carter in private. He cheated on me a year ago. And I just found out this year. Emily Carter's Twitter was also bombarded by netizens and she was so scared that she deleted all her posts. And she declared online that it was Oliver Anderson who seduced him, and also released the chat logs that once Oliver Anderson approached her. In the chat logs, Oliver Anderson took a bite of Emmy, "I miss you." Because of this incident, Oliver Anderson's job is gone, and he relies on the company I gave him to survive. But he didn't know how to take care of the company, and he bankrupted it in just 1 month. That day the interview with him was broadcast live on the internet. The reporter asked him, "Mr. Chi, do you regret cheating?" His face was pale and his eyes were slightly red. "I'm sorry for Grace Brown. I want to find her so badly. Can you help me find her?" The words were met with an attack from everyone. the onlookers hitting him with banana peels and calling him a bitch who had no business coming to me. He was holding his head and there was no one around to defend him. When I saw that, my heart didn't stop beating. This is all his revenge, right? Originally, I thought that if I left the company to him, he would be able to live well for the rest of his life. But I didn't expect his retribution to come so soon. But whatever he does or meets now has nothing to do with me. In the 3rd month in England, Oliver Anderson suddenly found me. I was in Paris today, taking wedding pictures for a couple under the Eiffel Tower. I hadn't seen him for a few months, but he looked like he'd aged 10 years. His face was all tired and there were many more wrinkles at the corners of his eyes. Grace, were you the photographer that day? I didn't pay any attention to him, just kept taking pictures before I took off my mask and said, yes. I saw you kissing and heard all the conversations you and Emily Carter had about how to run away from the wedding. I'm sorry. He cut me off before I could finish my sentence. He took my hand and the tears hit my arm hard. I know it's wrong. I'm sorry. So what if I'm sorry, you betrayed me, we're over. I pulled my own hand away and stopped looking at him. When I took pictures, he followed me the whole time, brought me water, and even bought an umbrella for me when the sun was high. I endured it until I took the last picture, when I angrily threw his umbrella to the ground. Enough, don't pretend to be sympathetic here, okay? You've completely lost me. His eyes were full of tears and his voice was shaking. Grace, I know I've done a lot of things wrong. But can you listen to me and explain? Emily Carter and I only did it because I thought I still loved her. But then I learned that you gave me all the shares and I completely woke up to the fact that I only feel guilty about Emily Carter and the only person I really love is you. Grace, you already got back at me at the wedding and now you can't forgive me? I can't believe he would say such a thing. How can someone not see his heart? I don't think he loves me. Even if he did love me, I wouldn't rekindle my old feelings with him. Oliver Anderson, I've seen you sleep with Emily Carter. I've seen you favor someone else in front of me. I've seen you call me on the phone while kissing someone else. Everything, I've seen it with my own eyes. What makes you think I'll forgive you when you're dirty? I'm telling you, I've hated you all my life and I'll never forgive you. My words felt like they hurt him badly, and he choked back tears. He wiped his tears randomly and choked. I really know I'm wrong. As long as you start over with me, I'll show you how much I love you. I'll make it up to you. You're leaving, it's impossible for us. 8 years and you cut it off so easily? You're the one who cut it off. I turned to leave, and he ran to me, humbly begging, please, give me a chance. People make mistakes. I gave you a chance, it's you who didn't appreciate it. Besides, a broken mirror cannot be repaired, and a dead tree cannot be revived. Even if I forgive you, there's no way we can go back to the beginning. Ah, God, why should it be like this? He was hysterical and desperate. After that day, he continued to follow me and buy me many things. Until I got angry and secretly left England so he couldn't find me. Later I heard that he suffered from severe depression and was sent to a nursing home by his parents. The only thing he kept saying was, I'm sorry, Grace Brown. It's good that he spent the rest of his life in guilt after doing so much wrong before.